My work as a biology K103 mentor has served as one of the most transformative experiences in my college career. I built relationships with mentees and fellow mentors, learned the ins and outs of a mentor-mentee relationship, and have discovered aspects and strengths I didn't know I had. I feel as though my own classroom performance has benefited from my mentoring through learned study techniques and a more structured schedule. Most importantly, the abilities I've gained through mentorship in terms of personal connections and trust have transcended many aspects of my life. Looking back on the entire span of my mentoring career, I always come back to two aspects: my own personal gains from mentorship and my ability to include and adapt my sessions to individuals of extremely diverse backgrounds. When I think about my work as a mentor, I can't help but focus on the personal gains I've made, both academically and socially. Brad Harmon's article, A Qualitative Study of the Learning Processes and Outcomes Associated with Students Who Serve as Peer Mentors, spurred a major realization behind the effects of my mentoring. This article makes a point to say that the majority of individuals don't enter mentoring roles in order to benefit from them. They instead see the compensation or altruistic effort of helping someone as their main drive. As you read that article, Harmon discusses the benefits that mentors receive through mentorship: the ability to lead, establishing connections with mentees, and a better understanding of how to communicate difficult content are prime examples of these benefits. So even though individuals aren't necessarily planning to benefit in these ways from the mentor role, they come away from it with new strengths that have the potential to affect many parts of their lives. I made the decision to become a mentor because I had a passion for teaching, not because I expected to benefit from the role. When I started mentoring K103, I was an extremely introverted, quiet person, especially in the classroom. Going into my first session, I was panicked, really nervous, focused on getting the material disseminated to students, not worried about building connections. It was an in and out, here's what you came for, wow, I'm glad I got through that. Since that first semester, I have made it a focus and a repetitive SMART goal to build strong relationships with students, connecting with them across more than just course content. Through this, I've made myself more approachable to students. By pushing myself outside of my own comfort zone, it's allowed me to lead more effective sessions, reaching students on a different level than just content regurgitation or trying to check off a box. This was exemplified in my third semester, as 3 of my former mentees went on to become mentors themselves. Outside of the classroom, the confidence gained through mentoring has opened up numerous opportunities for myself. I started the Bass Fishing Club at IUPUI, growing it to an organization with over 30 members, competing against hundreds of other schools and tournaments across the country. It's been a really cool way for me to combine experience and knowledge in terms of leadership with a passion of mine, fishing. The other major facet of mentoring that I continuously look back on during reflection of my time as a mentor is how adaptable I've become in my sessions. Douglas Gufrida's article discusses the use of an adaptive teaching method, other mothering, and how a leader, whether that's a teacher or a mentor, can adapt their leadership style to benefit individual students. This particular article, Other Mothering, is used by leaders to relate to African American students, but this article serves as a perfect example of adaptive teaching. Whether it be modeling, other mothering, working with a student with a poor understanding of English, or even working with a student who's having real difficulty with course content, these are all prime examples of the types of adaptations that effective mentors can make. As I mentioned earlier, I was really nervous going into my first recitation. That nervousness led to pretty rigid lesson plans. I had tunnel vision to check off every goal for that class period, and definitely didn't adapt to the changes and challenges that can present themselves within a session. Realizing this wasn't a sustainable course of action and wouldn't benefit my mentees, I knew I had to adapt. Since that first semester, I've become exponentially more confident with the ability to take control of the classroom and the willingness to roll with the punches. Specifically, I think of my work with a student during my third semester of mentoring K103. This particular student was relatively new to the United States and was struggling with the bioterminology found within the recitation quizzes. I quickly realized this and made an effort to work with him one-on-one on the quiz after other students had finished and left. While a simple gesture at the time, it played a major role in his overall course success and his ability to pass the class. I have benefited from my work as a mentor in so many ways I never would have originally thought. The confidence, leadership skills, and public speaking abilities that I have gained have presented themselves clearly in many other aspects of my life. I've given presentations in front of hundreds of people, something I never would have imagined doing. I like this picture of the puzzle pieces, each one matching a characteristic that an effective mentor has, but all part of a finished product, the completed puzzle, which to me is analogous to the well-rounded individual that a mentor becomes through their work. Most importantly, I feel like my mentoring has prepared me for my future career as a physician, teaching me about the aspect of medicine so many students miss out on. While a science and academic background is needed for a successful physician, the patient relationship is equally as important and can be easily compared to that of a mentor and mentee. I'm extremely grateful for the opportunities gained through mentoring and recommend it to all my mentees. Seeing both sides of that relationship is incredibly valuable and can aid them in their future education.